YouTube. If I'm a little low, that is because it is 6:59, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's still really dark outside, and the people that live in my house with me were up really late last night, so they are still sleeping. My boyfriend got home from work extremely late, so I'm trying to be quiet, so I'm really sorry if I'm talking really low and you can't hear me, but I have to get started on these orders for my bakery, home bakery, because they are due tomorrow. I totally told myself I'm not gonna procrastinate. I'm gonna make the cookie dough and freeze it. I'm gonna have the batter ready for the banana bread. I'm not gonna wait. And here we are, 24 hours before the orders are due. So, all of my recipes in this little notebook. Today I need to make half a dozen batch of brownie cookies, half a dozen batch of sugar cookies, which people love my sugar cookies, they think they're delicious. I need a dozen peanut butter cookies and 2 loaves of banana bread. I'm gonna do the cookies first, and then I'll do the banana bread after. The last time I made a double batch of banana bread to make 2 banana breads did not come out right, so I'm making 1 banana bread at a time, which is going to add a little extra time, but thankfully cookies are super easy to make, so that's not going to take long at all. Welcome to the kitchen. I would say my kitchen, but this is not my kitchen, I just live here. Before I get started on cooking, I absolutely have to empty the dishwasher and do the dishes. They weren't done last night because the dishwasher cycle is off, but I'm going to do that because I absolutely don't want dishes to pile up while I'm baking, because then I'll be stressed out and it won't be fun. I love baking because it's fun, so let's do that. Like these never show the not glamorous part of being in the kitchen, and that's dishes. Except I don't really mind dishes, especially when there's a window. I don't know why they never show doing the dishes. It's like an essential part of being in the kitchen ever. I have a saying, and it goes, clean the toilet first. I don't know about you, but whenever I clean the bathroom, the toilet is my least favorite thing to clean of the entire bathroom, and so I clean the toilet first, because if I do the sink and the counters and the mirrors and everything else, and I sweep and everything, I'm not gonna want to do the toilet, and I'll say, good enough. So clean the toilet first, which translates to do the hardest thing first, because you're not gonna want to do it later. The hardest thing of the cookies that I have to make are definitely the brownie cookies. They're not hard, they just take the most ingredients. So we're gonna start with my brownie cookie recipe. I'm gonna read you the recipe right now. My brownie cookie recipe takes 2 cups of flour, 2/3 cup of cocoa powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup or 2 sticks of softened butter. Oh, I gotta get the butter out. 1 cup of white sugar, 2/3 cup of packed brown sugar. I use light brown sugar. 2 eggs or 2/3 cup of applesauce if you're making this vegan, and then 6 ounces of chocolate chips, which is optional if you like me and you don't actually like chocolate baked goods. And then like most cookie recipes, you just bake it on 350 for 10 minutes. I need to get the butter, and I don't know if I'm making this vegan or not. Let me see how many eggs we have. I'm realizing I should have started with sugar cookies, because now I'm gonna have to wash it out after I finish with the brownies. Dang it. Oh well. I have a mixer, and when I'm baking off camera, I most definitely use it because it just makes life so much easier. But for some recipes that I make here on YouTube, I like to hand mix things. First of all, because that's how I started before I got my $20 vintage KitchenAid mixer. Really great garage sale find. Before I got that, I was mixing by hand. The only thing I would recommend not mixing by hand is pound cake, because I got literal blisters from mixing pound cake by hand, so it's the only thing I did by seconds. Everything else, though, I'm pretty sure you can just do it by hand. I'm remembering why I was so happy I found my mixer. Creaming butter and sugar together is definitely the bane of my baking existence. I'm using the mixer next time I need to cream together butter and sugar. Heck no. No. When a recipe calls for packed brown sugar, this is why it's important to pack it. It's way less than it looked like. And whenever I'm baking, I always drop excess inside of the cookie dough or whatever I'm making, because a little extra never hurts. this is taking entirely too long with me stopping and talking and all that stuff because it's already 8 and it does not take me an hour to make cookies. So I'm just gonna lock in. I'm gonna tell you my sugar cookie recipe. I'm not gonna share the peanut butter recipe because it is not my recipe. It is a family recipe from my boyfriend's family and I don't feel like I have the right to share that. So I'm gonna share my sugar cookie recipe really quick and then I'm locking in, okay? You're not gonna hear from me. Okay. Sugar cookies, 1 cup of white sugar, half a cup butter, 1 2/3 cup flour, a teaspoon of, not tablespoon, please don't put a tablespoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of vanilla and 1 egg, or a 1/3 cup applesauce if you're making it vegan. Let's go. The brownie cookies didn't come out right. And that's my fault. I forgot that I made a change the last time I made it. I actually did smaller balls than what I did. And what else did I do? That's why I should write stuff down. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try and make the ball smaller. And then we'll see how it goes from there. Because I cannot give that to someone that is paying for food. Tastes great. Don't get me wrong, tastes great. Does not look presentable. Better.